Hello you beautiful creatures, how the devil are you? I hope you're well. If you're new here, my name is Lou, or Lucifer, as my friends like to call me. By my friends I mean my ever-growing army of demons. The original Simfluencer is back. Do you know what? I nearly genuinely forgot my introduction. How bad is that? We are back in the bedroom. This has been a while since we've actually done something like this. As you can see, I am barefaced, which can only mean one thing. We are going to do a get ready with me video because honestly, if I didn't, I was just not going to do it. And procrastination is my #1 enemy at the moment. So I thought, kill two birds with one stone. We've had a hot second since we've caught up, so I thought I'd use this video to catch up on like everything. I've actually got a list on my phone. It's not horrendously extensive, please don't worry about it, but yeah, I'm literally getting ready to film my mini Creepmas video like I did last year. If you didn't check that out, please consider doing so. It's basically a video about supporting like spooky small businesses for Christmas. I realised that it's getting closer to the cut-off point, so I wanted to do this super quickly. But yeah, I just thought it'd be important to support small businesses and have a good yap whilst doing it. So if you want to hear all the hot goss and you want a little bit of a catch up, then stay tuned. Well, where do I begin? I've literally got like a list on my phone underneath. This is going to sound weird. So one of my best friends has stayed with us over Scarefest and he's Scottish. And I've recently made a new friend who is also Scottish. So we decided to make a list of words for Scottish people to say from depending on where they are. So the girl that I'm friends with, I don't want to say at the moment, like, because that means that there'll be an end to it. There isn't. So she's from Dundee. And so far we've got purple burglar alarm, merge, flowers, purge, pilot, burger, iris wristwatch, which I can't say, and parallelogram, curly whirly, and bowl. So if you can think of any other words that I can use to torment my Scottish friends with, please let me know. Where do we begin? Primer, that's the one. I am nearly out of primer. This is not good. First of all, we need to sort out my friggin' fringe. I did get my hair cut before Scarefest, however, like I said, it's been a hot second. Also, I got my ear pierced. There we go. I got my little helix done. So I just decided that I just wanted more piercings, and I put on my post saying, who needs therapy when you've got ink and piercings? When I first started, I was like, no, that's horrendous. You can't actually like solve all your problems with getting tattooed and getting piercings. Boy, was I wrong. I'm already talking with one of my friends about getting more piercings done. Where? I don't know. Part of me really wants to get my belly button pierced. I know, I'm really nervous. I'm really scared. But at the same time, I don't know, because, and this is why I'm a bit nervous about having like tattoos around my stomach, because depending on how life goes, we could end up having children, we could not end up having children, but if we do, then I'm just going to have to take my belly button piercing out anyway, and then when I had kids, re-have it done. So I don't know. If anybody else has had that situation, please let me know, because I think I just need some perspectives on this. Also, I'm realising how badly I've done my nails. We don't talk about it. Bad mental health means bad nails. So yeah, I literally went to go and have my piercing done today, which is why I've got my hair up as opposed to having it down like I usually do, just because the lady behind the who did my piercing said, yeah, don't have your hair down for a hot second, make sure you've got fresh pillows on, which I've got my Tiffany and I've got my Chucky pillows on, very exciting. Yeah, so she essentially said, like, have everything clean, do not have anything come into contact with it for the first couple of days, which is absolutely fine. Incidentally, helix, because I had my industrial pierced as well, takes the longest to heal, which is wild. She actually said I should go back for this one to get a smaller bar in it when the healing's gone down. but it's bizarre how long different parts of the human body. I'm sorry, I really should be getting ready. A lot of people have asked me about what I use for my foundation. I don't technically use a foundation, I use a moisturiser, and it's a Olay Total Effects 7-in-1 CC cream, and it's from fair to medium. This is actually also a sun cream as well, which is wild. So a lot of people ask me why my complexion is so good. It's because I literally use this and that is it. I don't use a proper foundation, which I feel like I should at this point, but I don't. It gives my face a little bit of colour, but at the same time keeps it quite fair, keeps it quite light. But then the problem is I then put my contouring stuff on and I look like a clown, but with a really weird colour palette. So that's the whole sitch. Because Christmas is quite quiet for us, I've just been desperately trying to use this time to kind of get back to myself, particularly with everything that's going on at the moment. Obviously quite a few people know that certain things are changing at the place I work at, and I don't think people take into consideration that the workers there are also affected by these things too. So I don't know, I guess the only thing I'd really say about it is please just be mindful, particularly people who are like very enthusiastic about these kinds of things. Please just be mindful that there are people that these things are going to affect. Some of us are taking it better than others, so I'm not gonna lie, I felt really low. But the thing is, the way you've got to look at things is you can reminisce on the things that have been, and then you can look forward to the things that are going to be. So I don't know, I guess if you have that mindset, then things just seem a little bit better. I don't know, I've really been in a rut since the Halloween season stopped, because a couple of my good friends were down here for the whole month, practically for the whole month. So I had my best friend staying with me, I had my other best friends, they were in a maze that I went to quite a few times to like look after and say hello to everybody. And do you know what? They are very similar. They're sisters, they're not identical, but they're pretty damn close. Yeah, so I saw them regularly, you know, we'd be going to the pub and stuff like that, and these are people that I really connect with, like really gel with. And then going from having them in my life constantly to not having them at all, and to just be talking like through Messenger, through like phone calls and stuff like that. I don't know, it feels, because I'm very much the kind of person that believes a lot in found family, like soul sisters, soul brothers, platonic soulmates and stuff like that. And I don't know, I feel like it really left a big chunk in my chest, like a gaping cavern or something. I don't know, like, if none of this makes sense, I completely understand. But like the tradition is that sometimes we will have a party after Halloween finishes, because, you know, we've all worked really hard, spent most of the time spooking you guys and giving you a good Halloween. We're all exhausted, we're all happy that it's done. But honestly, as soon as the party finished, like, I just sobbed. I just like completely broke down. The Gareth picked me up and he was like, "Did you have a good time?" I was like, "Yeah, I really did." And then I just went. And it was terrible, because then I messaged my friend afterwards and I was like, "I am already a mess. This is pathetic." And he was like, "Yeah, it is." But I don't know. Do you get what I mean? Like, you spent that much time with people and then they're just out of your life again. And you know that they'll be back. You absolutely know that they're going to be back. But it's probably not going to be all together for a long time until the following Halloween. I don't know. It really messed me up. It really messed me up. What did I even just do? I did this thing. I do like a bit of contouring with this fun little stick here. Don't even know what it's called. I am rapidly running out. I think it's Maybelline. See, the Maybelline or another one, unsure. I am terrible at these. Unreliable narrator, that's what this should be called. Yeah, so I think that really got me down in general. And then I think Christmas as well. You know, I really hope that everybody is going to have like a spectacular Christmas. Like, I am 9 times out of 10, I am massively here for Christmas. I love Christmas. I love the vibes. I love the shows. I love the energy. I love the concept of everybody getting together to have a really good time. I went over to my best friend's house. She's literally like my soul sister. You've probably seen her a few times on the channel. Her name's Sophie. I would die for her. We're polar opposites. She's like the Enid to my Wednesday. And we went over to her and her husband's house. And we just had the loveliest evening ever. And it was Christmassy, and we played games, and we did Secret Santa and stuff like that. And we had like a Christmas dinner all together. And it was so simplified, rather than just putting all this pressure on one day. Because I've had like a very traditional like upbringing with Christmas. You know, we do certain things a certain way. At this time we do this, and at this time we do this, and this time we do that. And I think as you get older and things change, that they change. Traditions change. What you actually want to do at Christmas changes as well. So what I wanted to do as a child is not necessarily what I want to do now as an adult. And I don't know, I don't necessarily feel like Grinchy or Scroogey. I think it's more just seasonal depression at this point. I really do. Like, and a lot of here we go, there's a lot of entitlement around Christmas. So much entitlement. You know, families are dead set on Christmas being perfect. Everything has to be perfect at Christmas. And I hate to, oh my god, I haven't even put my, I knew I missed something, damn it. Okay, we're gonna have to change the steps up a little bit, because I have not put my concealer on any part of my face. This is brilliant. This Get Ready With Me is going to be so long, I can only apologise. However, it means that we get to spend more time together. Woohoo! Yeah, no matter how perfect you want to make Christmas, there is always something that is going to go wrong. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. So I don't know, particularly when you work in like a customer service role, or a role where you deal with customers and either making a show, or you're in a shop, or you're in a hotel or something like that. If something goes slightly wrong, it is your fault. It is absolutely your fault. And I don't think people take into consideration how hard retailers, performers, hospitality work to make Christmas work. A lot of people do not understand the concept of how much pressure we are under to make it perfect for people. You know, 9 times out of 10, we love making it perfect for people. We thrive on it, but sometimes in that 1%, things don't go right. But we endeavour to make it better if we can. Sometimes things are just meant to not work in a certain way, and people don't get that. I don't know. Essentially, the main point of this is it is the season of the Karens, and I'm not a fan. But it's sad. It's so sad, because my favourite my favourite Christmas movie of all time is Muppets Christmas Carol. It really is. And I used to be scared of it. I used to be so scared of it when I was a kid. And then I watched the thing, and it put a lot of things into perspective for me. Yeah, so I look at myself in the film, and I imagine that I am the Bob Cratchit. I am Kermit. I want people to realise how amazing Christmas is, and how lovely it is, and how wonderful it is. And then a Scrooge comes along and is just like, no, that's not right. That's not how it works. And when I watched Blackadder, I watched the Blackadder's version of Christmas. Gareth loves Blackadder to death, and I understand why. I completely understand why. We watched the Blackadder version, and honestly, it makes me sad that Blackadder just he does not have a good time in the end. But when he has almost like a mental breakdown at the end, it's kind of like, yeah, you're right, actually, you're right. And and it just makes me sad, because particularly at this time of year, it can really turn some good people nasty and can really dampen how they feel, and yeah, just really make them sad or make them not care. Like, Christmas is a massive time for, do you know what, I don't care anymore. Like, I used to try so hard, and now I don't care. I've seen some really good people throughout my years go from just like the most high-spirited kind of people to just someone who's really low and really negative all the time. It's like, oh damn, what happened? Christmas happened. So I don't know. I think, yeah, my main takeaway from that is if you go somewhere that's got like retail, or has got like food or anything like that, or hospitality or performers, please just know that they're working their butts off to try and make your Christmas the best it can be, whilst also trying to maintain a positive like mindset at the same time, when you've got about 10 Karens telling you that you've ruined their Christmas because maybe a show is like five seconds late, or the food hasn't necessarily been cooked to perfection like they thought it would be. You know, perfection doesn't exist. It just does not exist. There are always going to be fundamental flaws in everything in life. That's the way it is. And people who don't understand that and are obsessed with the concept of perfection genuinely scare me. They genuinely make me nervous. It's almost like a horror movie in everyday life. I think that's why Thanksgiving scares me so much, because the main fundamental enemy in anything is people, and people are scary. Oh boy, they are so scary. We actually, I think, did we watch Thanksgiving the other day? No, we watched the kill count for it, and just like the consumerism of it all just really scares me. Actually made me cry. I'm just so emotional at the moment. It's so bad. Apologies, I just had to get my bearings together with what I was going to do next. What am I doing next? Eyeliner. Rimmel. I always use Rimmel for everything, and I honestly, I don't know why, because I don't think it's the best one out there, but you know, works for me. A lot of this is from like when I used to sneak into my mum's makeup bag, and I used to just steal all of her makeup and make potions. I don't know if anybody else used to do that, but like find all of the chemicals in the bathroom and then just make a potion and flush it down the toilet or down the sink. You know, the room used to smell lovely, but my mum or my nan would be livid. Oh my God, they'd be so angry. Do you know who's to blame for that? Roald Dahl. It was George's Marvellous Medicine that did it. I remember reading it at school, and then the Twits quickly afterwards, and the Twits became my favourite one. But George's Marvellous Medicine, he knew what was up, and he was the reason why a lot of kids did what they did in regards to, you know, getting mums like really expensive perfume or that really expensive bleach that makes the toilet smell amazing, and just dump it down the toilet. It's gone, it's done. If anybody else did that, please let me know in the comments. You know, all these kids nowadays have got their iPads and this, that and the other. Listen, I know it's a massive waste, but honestly, there was nothing more like wondrous than making a potion from all these things you found in the bathroom, and it turning a really fun colour and it making a really nice smell, and then just flushing it down the toilet. And it was a hell of a lot cheaper than an iPad or a new iPhone. So let's just put that into perspective. I don't even know where that came from. Do you know what? I feel better already just doing this. I feel so much better. Guys, I've been in such a rut. I was speaking to my friend about this the other day. Like, I don't know. And I even watched a video that Jacksepticeye did, because I love Jacksepticeye. Like, I grew up watching Jacksepticeye, but not really. Like, it was in later years. It was in like my late teenage years to young adulthood. Well, no, I'd say young adulthood to where I am now. But it was like Jacksepticeye and Markiplier were the ones that we definitely watched all the time. The first time I started watching them actually was when Slender Man came out, and that scared the crap out of me, honestly did. But seeing him now and him talking about, and nobody ever tells you when you reach the top what you do there, or whether you get back down, or how you get back down. And I think that put a lot of things into perspective for me, because I know where I want this to go. I've said this time and time again. I would love it if I could have some kind of studio space where we could talk all things darker slice of life, whether that be a segment for the paranormal or horror movies, or, you know, the music community or the rock community or the heavy metal community, like what's going on there, like maybe talking to bands and stuff like that. But people never tell you, like, when you get there, what do you do with that? Like, what's the end goal of that? Do you know what I mean? And I've done a lot of kind of soul searching recently, and I think it's just making a life that you're happy with, and you know that you've done the best with that life and with that time. So for example, I'm starting to write screenplays and stuff like that now. There's one that I'm particularly excited to pitch to my good friend Dean. You may have seen him a couple of times on the channel. Dean of the Dead, Dean of the Sauce, we like to call him. He nearly killed Gareth with the hot sauce. Yeah, so he's really into making his movies and whatnot, and I've got a script that I'm working on. I'm actually really proud of it. I don't want to say too much about it yet, but it's very body horror, but it's also very appreciating friendship in a really difficult time, like an awful time. So trying to mix those two together, I thought that was really interesting and really exciting. And what I've come up with, I think it'll definitely pull at the heartstrings. It's only a short thing, it's nothing too massive, but you know, I don't know, I think it is just a case of, okay, I want to do this, but what about maybe doing this as well? Like, not necessarily putting all your eggs in one basket, because that's what I was told at a younger age, particularly with going into like the acting industry and the performing industry. I mean, it is hard. It is so freaking hard, and it is really hard to make a name for yourself and get out there and, you know, hit big, shall we say. But then at the same time, you look at all the things that are going on in Hollywood and all the things that are going on with all the celebrities and stuff like that, and then you think, is it really worth it? And honestly, from my perspective, I look at it and go, no, it isn't. It's not worth your mental health. It's not worth your safety. It's not worth your happiness. It's not worth it. And I think particularly with like social media and stuff like that nowadays, a lot of things are coming out now that didn't come out before. So a lot of people are more aware of what's going on in like the acting industry and the filming industry and this, that and the other, in the music industry particularly. And I think if I ever did hit big, I would solely stick to indie, independent horror movies and stuff like that. I would never want to be up there, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I go to a lot of conventions. As you know, a lot of you are here because of that. So yeah, I go to a lot of conventions, and a lot of people do ask, and rightly so, you know, they're interested, they're starry-eyed, they're just setting out and they want to make a name for themselves. And they say, how do you get into acting? Like, what do you do? And honest to God, you have to bust your ass so much. A lot of it is rejection. So I never got, oh my God, my bald patch has gotten bigger, great, stress. So I never actually got into drama school. I actually ended up having an argument with someone at East 15 because they gave me a brief. I auditioned towards that brief, and then they told me that I did it wrong because I did that brief. Anyway, we move. And I'll never forget, one of the worst experiences I had with it was I went into an audition and it was like a cattle market. So they put a number on your chest, and then they put you into different groups, and it almost felt like you were in different like paddocks, and you know, they were showing you off and this, that and the other. And honestly, it takes somebody really strong to go through it on your first go, because when I did that, I just turned unsure. I just turned 18, and they even say, you know, oh, we take people on who are older if you do get it when you're fresh out of college or you're fresh out of your A-levels. You are very lucky, you know, but at the same time, they're looking for a certain look, they're looking for a certain age, they're looking for a certain nationality, they're looking for blonde hair, blue eyes, they're looking for a 5-foot male, a 5-foot female, a brunette female, a brunette male, and don't even get me started about like the gender roles that they put people into. It's very male, female, you're either one or the other. There is no in between. So it's actually very old-fashioned compared to what you think it might be. And a lot of drama schools, actually, because you have to pay a fee to audition, they've already decided who they want, but they will keep auditioning people to get that money. So I hate to be the bearer of bad news, and I hate to break that for a lot of people. However, I'd much rather people know what they're getting into, particularly if they're young and they are spending money on things like this. It's just best to have a bit of perspective with things like this. Do you get what I mean? I have literally just gone off a tangent. I'm using Beetlejuice. This is from the Revolution line. I got this one and I got the lipstick, and that was it. And all of the reds you can already see, like all of the reds I use religiously, and the black as well is really nicely pigmented. So this is one that I take with me to conventions quite a lot, or I use in the car to get myself ready for conventions, because it's just ideal, really, my love. But yeah, oh my god, it's been so long since I talked about auditions and drama school and stuff like that. That was a traumatic time. That was a really traumatic time. I'm very much at the moment, I'm getting a lot of memories coming back to me from times that aren't necessarily great, and I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, whether it's my brain finally being like, we need to address this that happened when you were 5, or whatever. I don't know. The brain is a very funny thing. We're pretty sure that I have ADHD. Pretty sure that I've got it. And the more I look into it, the more I'm like, yeah, that seems plausible, actually. And Gareth is getting a screening for autism. I know he definitely wants to do that, and I respect him 100%. However, the waiting list to get properly diagnosed and the screening is 2 years, which is ridiculous. Very much the same for my health problem at the moment. If you're new to that, there's something going on with my inner workings of my uterus, and it's very sucky at the moment. Like, I've been incredibly ill with it. I still am, actually, but I've just gotten that good at masking and that good at being in pain and agony that I'm like, yeah, this isn't new anymore. I'm bored of this now. Change the channel, which is a very horrible way of looking at it, but it is what it is. I literally watched the news, and they said 700,000 women are dealing with the same situation, and I was just like, well, I guess I'm at the back of the line now. So that's pretty sucky for me, but it's kind of nice to know that I'm not alone with dealing with stuff like this. I don't know. I just feel like with every day that passes, my chances of potentially having kids in the future are getting slimmer and slimmer, because it feels like whatever's wrong with me has now spread. So rather than being on just like one side, one ovary that it was dealing with, is now moved over to like my uterus and the other ovary. So when you can feel it, it sucks. It really sucks. So like, my eating habits have changed. A lot has changed. I feel really sick all the time. I feel really drowsy all the time. And I know people say, you've got to keep fighting it. You've got to keep fighting it. But I'm so tired of fighting. I am so tired of fighting. And when you've got the additional depression and anxiety, and SAD is coming up, like SAD has literally hit me in the face with a sledgehammer. I thought that I had I thought that I had time, and I had time to prepare for it, but I've just gone straight into it once again, and it really sucks. Sorry to be like a Debbie Downer, but you know, a lot of us are in the same boat. A lot of us suffer with SAD, a lot of us have autism, depression, anxiety, ADHD, and that's why a lot of you are here, because you feel welcome and you feel this is a safe space for you guys, which is what I always wanted to begin with. You know, I started the channel to help people, and here we are helping people. Yeah, so the short answer is I don't know when it's going to get fixed. I don't know when it's going to get better, if it's going to get better at all. Maybe I'm just stuck with it. I don't know. I don't know. But that's the tea, that's the gossip. Terrifier 3, moving on to that swiftly. So I did actually film us going to see Terrifier 3. However, because I was just so busy, I was just so gosh darn busy with Scarefest and this, that and the other, I just did not have the time to put that video up online. If you would still like to see that, then absolutely 100% I will put that up. I just feel like that ship has well and truly sailed now. I had to leave multiple times. Like, I was in a really crap headspace anyway, so I wasn't at my best for the gore and whatnot. If you would like to skip spoilers, then hit this timestamp down below, because I assume that by now a lot of us have already seen it, so we can talk about it freely. Okay, we're going to go into spoiler territory now. So, the deaths that really got me, probably most of them actually, the deaths that really got me were particularly the ones orientated with animals. So a lot of you know that I value animal lives much more than I value people's lives. So particularly with the rats and stuff like that, that really messed me up massively. So I had to leave for those. And then I don't know what happened. I think it was when Victoria hurt herself, as somebody who has been through a similar situation. I think it just completely caught me off guard, and it wasn't Gareth's fault at all. It really wasn't. Like, it just slipped his mind. But as soon as that happened, like, my mind just spiraled. So I have a lot of PTSD, and what people don't tell you sometimes is with PTSD, for me particularly, it's almost like a flip book. So something will happen, something will set me off, and it's almost like I'm going through a flip book of memories from my past. So I'm not actually living in that moment. I am going back to what was happening to me then. So I'm actually experiencing two things at the same time, and it becomes incredibly overwhelming, and it sucks a lot. I've had people tell me it's not that serious, and those people are no longer in my life. So that's that. Anyway, that happened, and I was just completely caught off guard. I was completely, like, floored by it. So it just did not set me in a good headspace for the rest of the movie at all. The shower scene, I had to just look away. Like, I was sobbing at that point. It was horrible. It was really horrible, because I know it's over the top. I know it's stupid, and I know it's funny. Like, oh my God. It is funny. It's hilarious. Particularly what happens to that girl, because she deserved it. But my brain was just like in a different vibe altogether. And particularly with the scene where he kills Santa as well, I really did not like that. That really messed me off. It was really nice seeing Clint Howard though, and I thought about Rogan, who you've probably seen on the channel a few times, and went, oh my God, see, no. So he really likes Clint Howard, and he really wants Clint Howard to come to a convention. So I did think about him in that moment, but then it just went straight back to, Lou, you are not having a good time at all. You need to get out of here. But I could not, because we pay for the tickets. But the rest of it I really enjoyed. I really, really enjoyed. And a lot of people have asked me if I've seen The Substance as well. And I really want to see it because of, like, the connotations of it all. And I love stuff where horror movies have a message, or they have, like, this is what's wrong with society, everything sucks, we're going to present it to you now like this. And I really want to watch it. I really want to watch it. But I just need to be in the right headspace for it. I really do. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to watch a few classics, get myself back into that headspace of I really enjoy horror and this is the reason why I enjoy it. And that was the joy of having my friend over. His name's Liam, he's lovely. That was the joy of having Liam over, because a lot of horror movies that we have, he hadn't actually seen. So I actually got to revisit some of my old favourites. And you know what? It's really put me back in a good headspace with horror movies. So, you know, it might be sooner rather than later that I revisit Terrifier 3. And I actually go, do you know what? I really enjoy this movie. I don't know what I'm doing with my eyes. I've just kind of given up at this point, I think. I think I'm just doing the same crap I usually do, where I literally get a lighter red on the inside of my eye, and then I go with a darker red on the middle with a little bit of shimmer, and then I just go black on the outside, and then I just like fold it all in all together, like I really mix it in. It almost looks like I've got like black eyes, but do you know what? Raccoons are great and I look like a raccoon, so it's fine. So that was my takeaway of Terrifier. I know a lot of people have been asking me about it, what my opinions are about it. I love the movie. I think it's brilliant. I also really love like the swerves with it as well. A lot of the swerves were brilliant. I really enjoyed them, particularly with certain deaths. With Jonathan, that was crazy. I could not believe that. I couldn't believe that they went there with it, but it was brilliant. As well with certain unalivings when it came to the younger variety, like again, my mouth in the mall just dropped. It was crazy. And you know what? I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was brilliant. I really enjoyed it, because there's different ways of adding shock value to a horror movie, and I hate to say it, 9 times out of 10 it's attacking men and women in not very nice situations. So do you know how refreshing it is to have somebody who gets it and goes, oh, we're going to do something different now to add to shock value to it? It's so freaking refreshing, and being like, I can actually enjoy this, which is very, very nice. Okay, so I'm aware that this video has gone on for so long. Do you know what though? I'm not upset about it. I need to stop being harsh with myself with the videos and the content, because I feel like this was definitely needed. I really feel like this was needed, because we haven't talked properly in a long time. I really hope you've all just kind of like sat down with your coffees or your teas, or, you know, the bodies of your latest enemies, and you're just taking time to have a breather and a chill, and we can just vibe together, you know. And I think, again, I think I'm just being too hard on myself with content in general. So I really feel like I've plateaued with a lot of things, and my brain is just going full speed, like, okay, you need to do this, this, this and this, like you need to find the next big thing, and you need to do all these ideas, and I'm like, whoa, slow down, Maurice. And I've been like, do you know what, actually, when I look at it, a lot of the content that we do, that's the reason why you guys are here. You enjoy that. Like the conventions and the spooky adventures and the exhibits we go to and the gigs and the festivals and all that stuff and the unboxings we do. Like, that's the reason why you guys are here. And I'm so glad that I had that epiphany, because the last thing I ever wanted to do was completely forget the reason why we do what we do. You know, we are a darker slice of life channel. We look at all different things alternative, whether that be going to paranormal evenings, or going to shops that you guys might like, or going to different events, or going to gigs, or going to festivals. Like, that's what you guys are here for, and that's what you guys enjoy. And I need to remind myself of that, you know. So, and that's never what the channel was about in the first place. I mean, when I first started YouTube, I watched a points video, because that's what you should be doing anyway. Like, you should be watching videos and researching how to actually make this thing happen. And this video that I came across was really poignant, because he said that to become a successful YouTube channel is about helping others and not yourself. Obviously, like when you do get monetized and you do get the money, that's nice, but you're there to be helpful to other people. And that's what a lot of YouTube videos are. They're actually like how to, and how to do this, and this is the way you do this, and so on and so forth. So, you know, we're kind of like the channel of, hey, if you're an alternative person, or you're a person that struggles a little bit in social situations, this is how you can make your life actually a bit more fulfilling, rather than being afraid of everything and everyone and feeling like you have to conform to being in a box, and you can actually enjoy life. And yeah, I'm rambling, but you get what I mean. Like, you can actually enjoy things rather than doing the same crap that everybody else does. And that's been really sweet, and particularly doing like the charity run. Oh my god, like that was incredible. We actually raised £330, which is massive. It's definitely more than I thought we'd earn. So thank you so much to every single person who donated. That's crazy, particularly for our first proper charity sorry, I'm looking for my eyeliner. First ever proper like charity thing we've ever done as a channel. That is so special, and particularly for the cause as well. You guys know how important the Sophie Lancaster Foundation is to me, and to be able to say we've raised money for that, for this good cause, just makes me so endlessly happy. So please be assured that we will definitely be doing a lot more charity work in the new year. Apologies, we have returned to our regularly scheduled programming. However, my camera died. Also, I wanted to try something new with my lips and see if it actually worked and if I actually liked it. I do. We're back. So, where was I? Oh yes, charities. I'm just really proud of it. I'm just so proud of the fact that we actually did that. We did something that helped. That we actually did that, you know, like, I will definitely be doing more charity-esque things in the new year. What that looks like, I am unsure. Okay, I am using this thing. Yeah, I'm putting some mascara on. I've got the Scandalised Wow Wings. Now, the thing is, when I first got it, it was really good. This is Rimmel again. When I first got it, it was really good. However, when I started putting like my setting spray on, or like my hairspray, because sometimes I feel like when you're doing something really intense, particularly like conventions or gigs, oh no, it's got hair on it. Oh god, get off, get off, get off, bugger. When you're doing something like, I swear to God, when you're doing something like gigs, or you're doing conventions or something like that, rather than having the setting spray, you need something a hell of a lot more heavy duty. So I use hairspray like an absolute crazed person. When I'm using hairspray or setting spray, it literally like splatters on my skin, the mascara. So I don't know. I'm very impatient, and I definitely realise that I need to wait a little bit longer for it to actually do its job, rather than just going straight into it and being like, why isn't this working? Yeah, so that's the tea with the mascara. God, I'm tired. I've literally got another video to do after this. I'm not going to go too crazy with content tonight, just because I'm easing myself back into it, but I'm literally hammering out content now because I've taken too long. I've been complacent for too long. I've sat feeling sorry for myself for too long, and now is the time for action. I went to see Gladiator 2 today as well. Joseph Quinn, I can't believe I've touched that man. Here's a picture here. I went to see Gladiator 2 today, and it really just, like, I don't know, it really inspired me. I feel like the Gladiator films just really inspire people. Also, I'm thinking about... So, a lot of you know that I met Ralph Fiennes at Liverpool Comic Con, which is crazy in general, but I took a Victor Quartermain from Curse the Were-Rabbit for him to sign. He could not believe it. He lost his mind. We were all laughing together. It was great. And I'm genuinely thinking about getting like a were-rabbit on my thumb here, but I am unsure. So, I think that's all of my makeup done. I feel like it's done. I genuinely feel, oh my god. Ah, yes, the last thing, the piece de resistance. Usually, I turn the camera off to pop these in. However, I feel it's important for you guys to see the absolute pain and agony I go through for this channel. So, if you're not into eye things, look away now, because things are going to happen. Otherwise, if you want to know how to put contact lenses in safely and effectively, then keep watching. So you're going to put it on your thingy like this, okay? You need to keep your eye wide open. For you first time users, it's not easy, okay? It is going to take a few times. You are going to get frustrated. I'm going to mess this up so badly. Okie dokie. So best thing to do also is look away from what you're doing. There we go. Oh, you little sod. There we go. First one in. Lovely. So, or you can just drop it in and then blink rapidly until it goes where you want it to go. The first eye usually goes in. The second eye usually goes in better than the first eye. However, I just wanted to show you the gravitas of the situation when it comes to me being in my more bestial form. Yeah, so seeing what particularly scare actors who have to wear contact lenses, this is literally like a flimsy piece of plastic that you're putting in your eye and you're having to put up with for long periods of time. Like if you're in strobe lighting as well, it's not nice. It's not nice. So be grateful to your scare actors whenever you go through scare mazes. There we go. Boom. Done. Be grateful to your scare actors whenever you're going through scare mazes and you see that they're particularly wearing contact lenses. My hair is a mess, but it's fine. We can work with it. And that is me done. Like I said, I'm keeping my hair up just because I got my cute little moon in. But that's it. That's me done. It's pretty much the same as what I usually do. However, I just wanted to get back into something comfortable and something we're all familiar with. Boom, baby, she is back. I really need to get some more horns as well. I just want to change, just want a different look. I think definitely need a tail, definitely need some wings. But yes, that is the finished look. Nothing too crazy, just a very casual gothic alternative look. You can definitely, if you want to, put more black around the lid. Otherwise keep it nice and classy and red. Completely up to you. I'm not your dad. I could be. But that's it. Yes, so I realise how long this is. However, I feel like it's been needed and I feel like we've really needed to catch up. So I really hope that a lot of this has like resonated with you. If not, that's absolutely fine. Sometimes it's just nice to have a bit of a chill and a chat. If there's anything that you want me to talk about in future, get ready with me videos because I will be doing quite a few. Oh, I'm going to the serial killer exhibit, finally, doing that in 2 days. That will definitely be up. I am so freaking excited. You have no idea. Like, Gareth was so excited for the Jurassic World exhibit. This is my Jurassic World. Like, I am so freaking excited. People genuinely think that I'm fascinated with serial killers because I idolise them. No, it's because I think they're weak, pathetic individuals. I would really love it if Ted Bundy came back so I could slap him aggressively with this hand. If you get that reference, pop it down in the comment below. Well, it's more this thumb. If you get that reference, yeah, let me know. But serial killers are horrendous people. They are awful people, and it's fantastic to study them because they're basically like really angry guinea pigs. And yeah, they suck, but we love learning about them. So very excited for that. I will be doing a few bits and pieces. We may potentially do like a little Creepmas video where we talk about the things that we got for each other, because I think that would be really cute. But I'm definitely doing the Gothmas mini market video next, so please stay tuned for that. The next time you watch these videos after the Creepmas one, Gothmas one, there will be a tree up and it will look a little bit more festive in here, but for right now it's not. So that's the tea, that's the situation. But yes, I hope you've had a good day. If not, that's okay. Always remember, tomorrow's a new day. See you later, guys. Bye.